All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So this is kind of an EV sector review. This is actually more of a viewer request video than anything, but yeah, I'm gonna look at Rivian as you see here, Lucid, Ride, and then man, I'm gonna touch on Mullen just a little bit at the end, okay? But hey, I hope you see what I see on Rivian. All right, I am rather excited about this. This looks like a juicy setup to say the least. All right, so liking what I'm seeing here for sure. Ride. Okay, obviously I was very excited with Ride. I was honest with everyone, right? I did really well with Ride, but I just didn't sell enough. I only sold 1/3 instead of what should have been 2/3, right? But I woke up this morning, took a baby loss at the opening, but moved it all into Soundhound and was so happy with that. I actually mentioned that in a comment this morning. So Ride, we will talk about shortly. Lucid, I think I covered not too long ago. I don't actually remember where that chart is, so we'll look at it. And then Mullen, my goodness, Mullen, my goodness. So yeah, not too much more I can say there, right? But before we go any further, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There's only one, but there are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this thing with your friends, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do really does help me out with these YouTube algorithms, all right? So let's get into it. And man, this stock is actually above the 100 moving average right now, all right? It's been a quick minute, but this stock has actually done all right with this 100 not that long ago. Clearly, it's, oh wow, I thought there was more. Not too shabby. Okay, interesting. It's been a while since we've been at or over it, right? It's basically been since November of last year. So, you know, this 100 has sucked, but we're nicely riding this 8 and 20, all right? We test, fail, test, fail, test, not fail. I like it. End of the day, if you watch my videos, you know I need good confirmation. Where are we compared to this? Oh, I love it. We broke it. I will be honest. My expectation is 1650, if not 60. Look, 1605 is the minimum I need this thing to close at tomorrow. Hit 1605 and I'm going to believe that we actually might be coming into this 19 range. Because look, that's a great MACD. That's a fantastic, look, it's at the minimum, not a bad RSI. It's super tight, right? So I don't know if we can really necessarily say anything, but that's a good number, okay? I wish volume was just a little bit consistently better, but from this day to here, there's still a decent uptrend holding. You know what I mean? So maybe there's a couple outliers in it, but yeah, we're still actually kind of rising on volume, you know? And let's be honest, since about back here, we're consistently holding the 50 moving average more. So overall, look, 1605, that is the money line. Make me, let's even go a little higher, right? Whatever it is, but make me believe that we've taken the 100. The 200 is all the way up here, all right? And it's just red, good little plateau, red. That's pretty much where we're at, you know what I mean? So do not have $20 dreams on this just yet, but 18 ain't that far. 18 is a real good 20% flip, right? You're adding $3. 150 is 3. And then, hey, you might go a little further after that, right? But I like Ride. I think Ride... shit, I said Ride instead of Rivian, but I like Rivian. This is a good daily chart. Hey, still a little early, but I like this weekly, right? We are now over the 20. Hopefully we hold it. And again, if we can break the 20 by Friday, there's a lot of reason to believe it's going to want to go to the 50 in either a week or two, give or take, right? So Rivian, excuse me about that. I said Ride earlier, but Rivian is looking really good, actually. I mean, I'm excited and I would call that a juicy setup. Ride. Okay, so Ride did unfortunately just couldn't hold it, right? So on Friday, this thing, I wasn't sure if it was just like the long weekend sell-off or what it was, but It actually went as high as I wanted. I was able to sell for a nice little bit on Friday. Again, I keep saying it. I wish I sold more. I did get greedy, right? Like there was so much red, 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 red. I think I had $10 dreams on a $3 stock. You know what I mean? So happens to me too, baby. I say it often for a reason, and I'm telling you, like I say it to myself most of the time. You know what I mean? But look, we are still over the 8. Did we actually stay at the 20? We're on the 20, so we at least didn't lose the 20. But man, I am very much not liking this. Tomorrow isn't. Where is this after hours? Are you going up? Hey, you're going up. Again, I don't really care too much about after hours, but I'll take it. But this is the minimum requirement. I think that's about 50% right there. Let's call it 365. I think this must close at or over 365. If it does, honestly, it seems like we might be making another run to 530. All right, but we really need to retake 50% of Thursday's candle, and for me, I think that's 365. I think that's a real fair number to call it. All right, so but yeah, on the 20, not quite under it, still over the 8. That's not bad. This is, far less than 50%. So yeah, definitely can't even kind of say it's like a little bit of a maybe. And look, this is the common pump and dump volume thing, right? You're down here the day before, you jump up 10x or whatever, and then you lose more than 90% volume, right? So if you lose a lot of volume, generally you will get some bad days following. But again, if you're over the 8 and the 20, you're technically bullish, right? I think this breaks both of them. Obviously, okay, yeah, you see it. This breaks both of them, but neither really confirms well. So in my book, it kind of makes sense that we never actually took either line and we're coming down. So tomorrow, again, needs to come back to here, that 370, 365 number. Make me believe we're at least near 50%, and then hopefully keep going up from there, all right? But at this moment, ride is actually not looking good in my book, and I no longer actually believe we've broken both. You know what I mean? Obviously, yes, we're technically still over both, but my confidence in that isn't there unless tomorrow drops the hammer. All right. I don't even think we need to talk about the weekly. And look, this isn't a good weekly, right? Like it wanted to get over the 8. It clearly didn't. It has until Friday to get back. All right. And hopefully it starts with tomorrow. You know what I mean? So let's see what ride can do. Lucid. Let's take a look at Lucid. And man, not looking great here, actually. Okay. We are under all the moving averages. We have to be, right? Because I saw all of these right there. That's why I knew before zooming out. But, man, it's really about this 614 line. I think is 614 all-time lows? No, right? Oh man, it is. And it's not even that hard a line on the weekly. It's solely a daily line from back here in January. This Lucid looks like it's gonna slip into all-time lows more than it looks like it's going to break the 8 and the 20. Let alone do I even think it's going to break 725 and get over the 50. I would be very worried about Lucid. All right. Let me zoom out a little bit. Oh man, we've had a very low RSI before. We've actually been here relatively consistently in this like high teens thing. There's still a lot of I am so worried that Lucid falls into all-time lows. Look, EV stocks have been good. I started this by saying Rivian looks hot. Tesla keeps running, right? So like, there's things that are interesting in the sector, but man, Lucid on a stand, unless the Saudis come tomorrow and say, here's that check we were talking about not that long ago, I am extremely worried that this loses 614, slips into all-time lows. And look, when you fall into all-time lows, I'm ready for it to lose 20%. That's a $1.20 on this thing. That's down to 5, basically, sub 5. So be very, very careful with Lucid. I'm not even going to look at the weekly. There's not much to look like. Look, like we're under all the moving averages. There's nothing else I would have expected. You know what I mean? So yeah, unless one more time, unless the Saudis drop off that check to headquarters, man, I am so scared. So scared. Mullen, sweet. Man, there's nothing I can say here. All right. I keep wanting this to go closer to the 8. I guess in a lot of ways it did go close to the 8 and then kept falling again, right? Because that's what happens. Goes down, gets close, goes down, gets close, goes down, gets close, goes down, right? So, man, that's rough. And I'm not going to lie, I think these are my like pre-split draw lines. That's so sad that we're seeing these pre-split lines. Oh my goodness. Mullen, be careful, all right? And look, the one thing I keep saying, volume is still just going up. Like people are just selling more and more and more and more, and like like we're waiting for that to kind of decrease before we assume that the buying happens. So, man, where's the weekly at? Oh, jeez. This is rough. This is rough to say the least. All right. Good luck. I got no technical analysis here. I kind of feel bad putting this on here because like I feel like this was more of like a I wasn't putting this on to hate. I swear. All right. I'm just, man, I'm sorry. For sure. Hey, have a great one. Sorry.